2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, with Allie LaForce reporting courtside. Checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Up at the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Detroit, the forwards are Thompson and Harris. Then there's Jalen Duren. Then it's Duncan Robinson. And it's Jenkins in at the point. Hey, Clark, two monumental forces will be generating a lot in the paint tonight with this center matchup we have.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of thumping and bumping, bruising and pushing. I mean, these two do not want to let the other one get the upper hand. I mean, might as well ring the bell because it's going to be close to a fight in there.
Now, here is Robinson in the game against Toronto. Very impressive. And it's good for two.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
2 points, that one goes.
Every night, Randall draws a ton of contact, and he dishes it out, too.
Harris up top, three-pointer. Minnesota with the rebound. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Tie game in Detroit. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
The Timberwolves. 2.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they hit the ground running, had a strong start to the game that they're hoping they can manage the rest of the way.
They've got Kevin Huerter. Holland is out there with Ausar Thompson. Then there's Marcus Sasser. And it's Duren in at the 5. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Sasser. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Fades away. The shot that time, not on target. Reed with the defensive effort. Here's Randall. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Absorbing contact really well. Randall will get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
Yeah, it wasn't his best performance at all from the stripe. He's got to put it behind him, and I know he'd like to immediate. Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting. We've come to expect this from him in these situations. Extremely calm under pressure.
Harris outside. 12 seconds left now here in the second. Clock at 6. Randall with some nice D.
He's hard to stop once he gets to the rim. That's great defense right there.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves ahead, up 3. Time now for the halftime break. with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. In the second quarter, they put in the work to create a slight scoring advantage. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
They came in prepared. The offense is firing on all cylinders. You love the patience, the flow, very efficient. Valuing possessions is fueling their success right now. This is not a team you want to bet against, at least not tonight.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
They need to turn up the intensity on D. Lots of guys standing around. Can't allow over 50% shooting in the spectrum. They need to make it tougher to get clean looks and force that offense out of his comfort zone.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Nice game, great performance by Julius Randle.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. The big men on the floor for him, Randle and Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. Edwards can't hit.
Hey, even guys at his skill level will miss those from time to time. But it doesn't happen often.
Here's Harris. Minnesota with the rebound. McDaniels outside. Outside Edwards. To Gobert. Back to Edwards. Bursting off the floor. Edwards hammers it down.
Boy, the athleticism of Edwards is something to behold. Love watching him sky up to throw it down.
Harris misses. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Timberwolves lead by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
7.
Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Karis LeVert. Marcus Sasser is out there with Kevin Huerter. Then it's Reed, and it's Holland in at the 4. That's the group for Detroit right now. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Here's Highland, and they go to the intentional foul.
Sasser, second personal foul, first team foul.
And so it's Highland with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Detroit with the ball. Now here's Huerter. Defended by Dosunmu. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Team second. At the line for the Timberwolves, Shannon
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Boy, those were big free throws right there. It's exactly how you want to close out a game.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're behind by 7. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now it's time for our presentation of the player of the game, Julius Randle.
He scored over half of his team's points, so yeah, he's a pretty obvious pick. The defense has tried to slow him down, but nothing has really worked. He's absolutely owned them tonight. You know, this is the kind of dominant performance that's, I think, going to be talked about for a while.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. Now, DiVincenzo. And so Minnesota takes the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall.